one question around, I feel like I could have a very technical conversation with you about how to like maybe set up ads and run this or talk about CRO, but then we could have another conversation like very high level, right? As you grow from like when you first started to now, how do you maintain like your ear to the ground of like what's actually happening
Yeah.
and what like marketers have to deal with on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like I run all of our ads still.
Good idea.
And I want to,
It's a
right?
good idea. Nobody cares about your money as much as you, dude.
I agree, right? It's our money to spend, and I want to make sure it's being spent right. But at a certain point, it's
Yeah.
like, how do I grow as
Yeah.
a business owner, a leader,
Yeah.
et cetera, but still keep my ear to the ground and make sure that we are tackling problems that do come up, like
Yeah.
the iOS things
Yeah.
and the technicalities of that. How do you deal
So
with that?
I think just to talk to what should you do and what shouldn't you do, you should do the things that bring you joy. I ran all of our ads until 3 years ago because I love it. It's so much fun. I like that part of the business. So I stayed in there. I, at this point, don't do anything, but I sit in on the marketing meeting. I sit in on the copywriting meeting. I sit in on meetings and listen and give feedback. I'm not anymore. Now I'm not the CEO. I don't sit in on as many meetings. As of January 1st, I'm not the CEO of Boom or Overtone, which were my two biggest businesses. But I feel like you stay paying attention to it. You don't have to push the buttons to pay attention, right? And you know what I did was I took a guy, an advertiser, and I just worked with him. He'd just sit alongside me, or we'd be on Zoom. We'd talk about what's going on. Eventually, I passed ads to him, but I brought him up myself. Now we have an agency in-house. Smart Marketer has an advertising agency, so they do all of our ads. Molly has built that out. But I feel like the answer is one. Do the things that bring. It sounds to me, just listening to you talk about it, you like the ads.
Love it.
You know?
I love and hate it, but I love it.
But you love it. You know, you don't want to let anyone else do it because you're like, So it's like, do those things that are fun for you, but still pay attention as much as you can to everything else, but be willing to let someone else make the decision. If you put a leader in and you say, you are in charge of marketing, or you are in charge of, ad development, or you are in charge of product development, you have to go with what they say. You have to give them feedback and help direct them, unless they're failing miserably. But you got to give them a chance to lead. And a lot of times what happens is CEOs or founders don't ever give somebody a real chance to lead. They just keep taking it back. And they, undermining their decisions. It's like, you kind of got to let somebody run.